Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Marlon.
And
How
Kina.
you guys doing? Hopefully you can hear us. Can you hear us? Let us know if you can hear us so that we are not muted of any sort or we're okay for this locked together. Let us know if you can hear us. We know a couple people are on. Just want to, don't want to be talking and we look like we or we are lip singing or lip talking. So I want to make sure that you can hear us and that we are loud and clear. But before you let us know that, hopefully you're enjoying your Sunday evening. You're enjoying this time with your family in the house. It's kind of cool for
It's like super cool. It's like 71 degrees today.
yeah, it's like for a summer night.
Are you complaining though?
No, I'm good.
No, I think it was a nice day.
Yeah, either way, I'm fine. Either way, I am fine. We do apologize for last week. Last week we got caught up with something and we were unable to do Lock Together today. We're a half hour late, but nonetheless we're here. And also 2 weeks ago we did our
Couples workout.
workout. We did our workout. So hopefully you were it was effective for you. It was something necessary for you. So we hope that you benefited from that workout, and not only benefited from, but you kept doing it. Not ours, but another workout. You found that health is wealth, as they would say. Mm-hmm. Health is wealth, and you said, you know what? Let me go and invest in myself.
You sound tired, Roland. Are you tired?
No, I'm not tired. Are you tired?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think she's tired. I'm tired,
but you sound tired.
I'm probably tired, but I can push. We got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do, and we got to, give the people what they've been asking for. I guess I don't know. But nonetheless, I am tired. You tired? Mm-hmm. All right. So we're not going to be on here too long. We're going to be talking about the relationship bank account. We're going to be talking about the relationship bank account. Anything from that, Kina?
No.
For the relationship. What's so funny, right? She clearly got the giggles, y'all. She clearly got the giggles. All right, we're going to be talking about the relationship bank account, deposits and withdrawals. Mm-hmm. The truth of the matter is, a relationship is like a bank account, right? It's like a bank account. We have to put deposits in, right? We have to put deposits in. But unfortunately, like our bank account, we don't want to make withdrawals, right? But we have to at times. Got to pay bills, right? We don't want to make withdrawals in our relationship, but that's sometimes it happens. It happens.
It's probably necessary.
Yeah. Right? So by it happening, we want to talk about the negative of the withdrawals, right? Making sure that we are staying away and staying clear of some withdrawals, staying clear of some things that we do with our spouses or with our loved ones, and say, you know what, let me stop doing that. Because if you're pulling away, mm-hmm. right? If you're pulling away, that means you're also doing something to them, mm-hmm. right? So even though you're the one doing something, mm-hmm. right? You're the one saying the thing, mm-hmm. but the thing that you said is now affecting them, mm-hmm. and then ultimately affecting your relationship. It's affecting it. So I gotta say, wow, am I taking withdrawals? Yeah. I guess that's the right phrase, right?
Making.
Yeah, making withdrawals. Yeah. I guess am I making a withdrawal, right?
But don't you think that some withdrawals are kind of like inevitable? Like as we are, discussing this, I'm thinking about some withdrawals that are a natural part of a relationship. Because in a relationship, it's not all about getting, right? And it's not all about getting. I mean, that would be beautiful, but that's unrealistic in this world. There are going to be times that I'm going to need a little extra from you. Say if, like I was having issues with parents, I might need you to help me support them, especially like as our parents begin to age, right? You're a lot closer in that, area of life of your parents starting to get older. And so I'm not saying that they're, a withdrawal from us, mm-hmm. but it's our job, and not just our job, because I don't want to make it seem like something bad or something tedious, but it's our, honor to be able to help them and to take care of them. Not that they need that right now, but as they begin to get older.
Yeah.
So like that could be, would you say that that's something that could be a withdrawal, right?
Yeah,
but it's kind of like something that's inevitable, it's a part of being with the partner, so that the withdrawal on me is not as rough or not as tedious. We kind of like share in that withdrawal, but ultimately it is, a little bit of a withdrawal. Or say if I just felt sick or felt ill, and maybe not necessarily something like, with a cold, but something that might take a little bit more from you. Like some withdrawals in a relationship are inevitable. You can't get around them. You can't go under or over them. And I think just look at it with a negative lens, the word withdrawal.
Yeah.
It's kind of like inevitable. But that's the beauty of marriage, right? Or the beauty of being in a committed relationship, that when there is a withdrawal that happens from you, you have a partner to share in that process with you. We didn't even talk about that, and I know we're going in a different direction, but it was just something I thought about.
But I think even with that, I guess there are some withdrawals that you don't mind making.
Right.
So that's what that kind of comes down to, right? There's some withdrawals. So even if thinking about your bank account, right, there's some withdrawals in your bank that you don't mind taking out. You
like
don't mind
maybe
making.
for a new car, you might be more excited about that
a vacation,
like,
right?
Come on now,
right?
withdraw, cha-ching.
Take it out, right? Because again, I'm getting something, right? I'm helping somebody, right? I mean, and honestly, it may not be for you. You may have to take a withdrawal out of your bank account to help somebody else, right? And that may make you feel good. That may make you feel good. So it sounds like the withdrawal that you're talking about, of the withdrawals that, you know what, I'm going to be tired after this, right? I'm going to be drained after this, but it was worth it. I'm going to my schedule is going to be thrown off a little bit. I withdrawn something from me for you. It had nothing to do with me, right? I withdrew something, had nothing to do with me, but I'm okay with it because you got what you wanted, your family got what they wanted or needed, or whatever the case is. So there are some withdrawals, again, that you don't mind making, right? But then there are some withdrawals that we want to avoid. That we want to avoid. That we want to avoid. So some withdrawals are inevitable, right? You want to make sure, hey, look, yes, you're going to have to, I guess the word that I would like to use for that, you're going to have to sacrifice some stuff for your spouse and for your significant other. You're going to have to say, hey, look, I know you don't usually like doing this, but do you mind coming? I know it's a stretch. I know it's a lot, but do you mind coming? Do you want to come? Right. But then there are some things that we're going to talk about a little bit. I think, we're probably going to be on here no longer than a half hour, a little bit more, talking about some of these things. So talk back to us if you're listening, if you're watching, and let us know some other withdrawals. Right, we're going to deal with withdrawals first, and then we're going to deal with some deposits second. And maybe 3 and 3, maybe tops 4 and 4. But we want to just deal with some withdrawals first, and then again, if we don't touch them, y'all let us know. What are some withdrawals that are just unnecessary? Right, some withdrawals that you say, you know what, stop doing that, because again, when you do that, so I guess when you withdraw, like when you do that withdrawal, right, I withdraw, right. So when you do what you're doing, I'm going to pull back. I'm not going to be myself.
So those are consequences.
Right? Right. When you take that money out of that bank just to go have some fun, right? And you should have paid a bill. The consequence is that bill is not going to get paid. God forbid something get turned off, right? That's what happens. When I do withdraw from my husband and my wife, the consequence is they withdraw. And
maybe they don't.
Or maybe they do,
right? But that is one of the possibilities that they withdraw. They can be hurt, or disappointed, or upset.
Or something happens. Right? There's a consequence.
There is a consequence.
Right? They're hurt. There's a point. They're embarrassed. Whatever it may be. It's like, you didn't have to do that. So let's real quick, some real 3 or 4 withdrawals that we want to talk about. 1, inappropriate comments. Inappropriate comments we shouldn't have made, either inappropriate words or things said to hurt. Right. Again, why will inappropriate comments? Why is that a withdrawal? Right. Because there are some things what the definition said that we did not have to say. It was unnecessary. Right. Whether it was, I guess we can use a joke, but at the same token, not only a joke, but sometimes in our beefing, And and many weeks ago we talked about fighting fair,
Yeah.
right? So don't go below the belt,
Yeah.
right? And now below the belt is places where it hurts,
Yeah.
places where I'm sensitive,
and it hurts after it hurts long after the argument ends.
Yes, long after the argument ends, right? Long after the argument ends. So you want to make sure that you're not doing inappropriate comments, right? You're making them. I mean, even to that person, we're not even talking about around other people, but a withdrawal is like, did you have to say that? Right? I'm a firm believer. I am an advocate of you don't have to say everything that comes to your mind. I am an advocate of that. Some people are going to say, you know what, that's how I am. You know what, I just say what's on my mind, right? I'm an advocate. You do not have to say everything that comes to your mind. I think that's called tact. I think it's called tact, right? So, but a withdrawal can be, what's an inappropriate comment? We didn't even think of no inappropriate comments as examples, but some inappropriate comments, it could be tons of them. It can be about, it could be about
negatively about their appearance.
Yeah, parents. I was going to
about
say
something that they said, maybe about a family member. Anything that has a negative connotation is, probably inappropriate, especially in regards to the way that you share that. That don't mean that everything you say has to be nice and sweet and something that they want to hear. It most certainly is very important for you to be honest and open with your partner, but like, is it necessary? Is it going to end up building them up? What is my intention? I think that's huge. What are my intentions for these comments? That's a great place to start.
Why did I say that?
Why before I said it, why would I say it? Why am I going to say it?
She does this thing, or she says this thing to me a lot. I play a lot. She plays a lot too, but she don't really want to admit that she plays a lot. But I take her playing more. I'll take your playing more easier than you take my playing.
I don't know where you're going with this, so you have to continue to talk.
But she takes my playing a whole lot more easier than no, I take her playing more than take my playing. Anyway, if I hit her over the head with a pillow, she always says to me, "What was your goal?"
Oh.
What's your goal?
Because he hits me so hard.
I don't hit so hard.
And then I have a headache for like 3 hours. And I'm like, why though?
I mean, you're exaggerating.
What was your goal? Did you think I was going to laugh? Did you think I was going to be like, oh, that pillow hit felt so good? What was your goal?
What?
Did you plan on giving me a headache? Because you always give me a headache when you hit me. So over my head with a pillow.
Like what are you saying? I hit you?
No, you do. You just admitted to hitting me in the head repeatedly with a pillow. So yes, you hit me.
I throw a pillow from afar. I loft it up in the air and it falls.
Okay,
like
do I ever look at you and be like, I love that, or hee ha ha? You just admitted to the people that every time I say to you, and this is exactly how I'm looking, this is my face. What was your goal? I'm very serious. I make sure not to crack a smile. I want him to know, like, that's not funny.
But when she do something to me,
what was your goal? Was your goal to make me laugh? Could you try to tickle me? That's what normal people do. Nope. Can you please not hit me in the head like I'm in a no.
With a pillow. Anyway.
And we have good pillows. So they're heavy and firm. They're not like
I loft them in the air.
What is a lofted pillow in the air?
I shoot a jumper. And it falls like a
feather. It feels more like a basketball. Yeah, that like jumper that you're shooting, it sounds more like it feels more like a basketball. Better yet, it feels like a basketball. I don't like it.
I hear you. But at the same token, at the end of it is, what is the goal? What's the goal, right? So again, outside of the pillow fighting, but what's the goal, right? So if I'm saying that, I got to ask myself, why did I say that?
Yeah.
Why did I say that? And sometimes I got to ask myself before I say that.
Yeah.
Before I say that,
before the damage is done.
Yeah, before the damage is done. Why am I about to say this? I say that a lot of times when it comes to communication, we got to look for effective communication, right? If I want this communication to leave with some understanding, some clarity, right? So if I said something to hurt my spouse or to withdraw from my spouse or my significant other, why did I say that? Now that thing could have been said, but maybe not that way.
Yeah, or right? At that time,
or at that time. So, but that can be the wrong time, the wrong thing, the wrong manner. It can be said, right? It can be said. It can be viewed as a withdrawal.
Yeah,
it can be, and now they're hurt, they're embarrassed, they're withdrawn now. So let's just say if it is something, let's say I don't know, you gave a gift. right? Let's say you gave a gift and the gift wasn't received. The gift is not received well.
Yeah, like I
right?
don't like that.
I don't like it, right? I don't think we're going to be overly disrespectful, but I don't think we're going to throw it away. I don't think we're going to rip it in their face. But again, it's kind of like, you know, the words you said when I gave it to you, your excitement wasn't as what I thought it was going to be. Now that person can now withdraw. Why? Because last time I gave you a gift, you didn't really receive it well. So next time, I'm probably not going to give you something.
Am I a good gift receiver?
She's a very good gift receiver. Very good. Like, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, very good. It's like, okay, I bought it for you. All right, cool. She be jumping on my back.
I love gifts. I love when he buy me gifts.
Yeah, it's really. How am I about receiving gifts?
You are cool. You're a cool person. So you're just like, oh, I like it.
Like, yeah,
that's dope.
That's dope. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be giddy.
No.
I'm probably not gonna have a big cheesy smile on my face. Nah, I'm probably not gonna do that. I'm
Which is cool.
I appreciate it. You know, that's dope. I think but I'm not gonna spend too much time on it either. I'm gonna say that's cool, that's dope for about like 20, 30 seconds.
That's what I expect.
Unless it's like, you know, you got a Range Rover for me outside in the driveway, then I'm probably
coming.
It's
coming.
But anyway. So
that was that one. Yeah,
that was one.
Words.
Inappropriate words comments. All right.
And we've all been guilty of it before, right? Let's not act like, you know, no one has never said something they wish they could take back. Like, oh my gosh.
Especially in the heat of the argument.
Yeah, really in the heat of the argument. But we're talking about this for us all to try to do better and to be more mindful of the words we speak, and just know like those are things that we can't take them back. We know this is your parents probably taught you this, or maybe someone older taught you this when you were younger. You can't take them back. They say sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt. But that's a lie. It all depends on who is saying those words. What it could sting, hurt, and leave scars. For a very long time. So we want us all to make sure that those are not withdrawals that we're taking from our significant other, inappropriate words.
Absolutely. Number 2, not listening. Not listening. Either tuning your spouse out on purpose, or not listening because you're tired or preoccupied. Let's deal with that on purpose first. That on purpose is like right now I'm not listening. Right, on purpose. Like I'm not doing this like a kid. Nah. I'm not doing that. But I'm just zoned in on something else, and I'm purposely not listening to you. Now, of course, I'm pretty sure there's your reasons. I'm pretty sure you have your like I heard this before. This is, you're a nag or whatever the case may be. But we have our reasons for doing that, but it's still inappropriate. It's still a withdrawal. Yeah. It's still a withdrawal. You're still making a withdrawal. We're tuning them out on purpose, or even if we're preoccupied, right? We got to make sure, because again, what's happening, again, there's always a consequence. So I'm going to the consequence of them withdrawing. So again, here I am trying to tell you about myself, and I feel like you're not listening or you're not connected. So what happens, right? So I'm gonna start at the first level of it. One happens is I'm not telling you anything about myself on that level. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna tell you certain things, right? But at the same token, now, God forbid that your spouse now finds somebody else to talk to, or your loved ones say, hey, I tried to tell you about my day. I try to tell you about my job. I try to tell you about that new change, but you was tuning me out on purpose, or you were preoccupied. But I really think a lot of it comes down to being preoccupied. I think it's who you are. Like, if we can be completely vulnerable and honest, I think it happens more so with you, with being preoccupied. With me, on purpose,
right? It's very true. I think that will adequately, describe. Both of us. Yeah. So like that, I guess that's something that we both need to continue to be mindful of. And we both have our reasons for doing it. Like me, you just
be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't want to, maybe I just don't.
Just say it.
I just don't want to hear what you're saying right now. Particularly when he is, I'm not going to say you're nagging, but you're talking about something that I've heard you talk about 1,000 times that I probably already know anyway.
We were just watching a movie.
Still not right though, but it's my reality and it's my truth.
We was just watching
a
movie. I don't really do Netflix movies. We were just trying to kill time before we had to start doing this. So I didn't really want to get into any of my shows. So I said, let's put on some of this whack Netflix movies. And so they came on. I said
I watched Netflix.
I just said they developed this movie all wrong.
Yeah.
They developed this movie all wrong. You jump into parts, you're going here, you're doing that. And she said something to me, she said, you're doing that because you're a storyteller. Yeah. And I'm a storyteller, whether if I write, whether if I'm trying to even preach.
Storyteller at that.
Even if I'm preaching, I'm trying to tell a story, I'm trying to build things up. I'm not trying to get to the point quick, right? So with me, I tell a story to get to the point, even when I'm telling her something, and she's kind of like, just get to the point. Why do you have to tell a story? Why do you have to give all those details?
I like to talk, but I like getting right to it. Like, where are we going with this? Like, give it to me. He likes to start, there was once a little boy. And I'm like,
maybe.
Yes.
I just like telling stories. I like using examples, and I like using analogies. I'm a preacher.
I love it when you preach. But
gotcha. I hear you. And Sister Michelle, absolutely.
Hey, Ibn.
How you doing?
Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Sister Michelle, absolutely. You can have different attachment styles. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. That's a great thing to find out. Yeah. Right. That we're not similar in that way. But at the same token, she's a writer. She's a writer. So writers like to tell stories. We like to tell stories. So we don't just like getting to the end. We want to build it up for you. We like
that.
Right? We want to build it up for you.
When we're in the theater.
No, that's just the way our mind works.
Cooking and taking care of children.
I guess.
Like, okay, get to it. Like, I want to know. I do want to know. But then I got like 8 other people who have stories too. So
yeah, that's true too. I get that. So again, but not listening can be a withdrawal. Whether it's on purpose, or whether if I'm preoccupied, I'm on my computer and I'm like, I got you. So
I selective listen. I'm like, okay, I'll pick up when they get to the meat.
Absolutely. When I'm building a character, when I'm developing my character and character development, she's kind of like, nope, I don't hear that.
What's the character you're developing? Like, it could be like a mop.
No, the character is the story. The character,
I know, but like you're building it up to tell me about a mop.
Cool, but I just gave you a great story of a mop.
Do you want to watch a movie about a mop?
No.
Okay then.
Nope, not at all.
So you gotta make that story shorter.
Anyway, but I have one great I guess tidbit, or I guess one great tip. For those that, I think it's very important for us to, and we'll do that when we get to the deposits, is making sure that not only are you listening, but you're engaged, right? So, but when you're engaged while they're talking, right? While they're talking, being engaged means you have to disconnect.
Yes.
Right. So if you're going to engage, you have to disengage. Yeah. Right. So engage to this. To your loved one, right? But if you're going to engage to your loved one, you have to disengage from this. Yeah. You have to disengage from the remote. You got to disengage from the computer. I'm going to engage. Now, engage means watch. Engage means this. Engage. I told something that I wasn't not going to say watch this.
Okay, you want to say amen and watch this.
Engage mean okay. So today. Trying to think about her job. So so today Gary said that work was this and work with that. I'm like, wow. So did Gary have the same amount of work you had? Mm-hmm. Did you have more work than Gary? Mm-hmm. Versus just saying, wow, you know what I mean? So engage, ask questions.
And he is really, really good with that. Like, he is really, really good. That's his little his trick that he actually uses with, asking questions and inquiring and down his phone and turning off the TV. And I'm really grateful for that. It makes me feel special.
Absolutely. I don't even bring my phone to the room at night. My phone stays down. He does not bring
his phone to our bedroom.
Nope, my phone stays down in my office downstairs.
And I was good with it.
And she got bad. She retracted. But anyway, not listening, all right, can be a withdrawal. Mm-hmm. All right. Make sure you're engaging. Make sure we're engaging. All right. I believe last one for withdrawals. All right. Forgetting something. How do we feel about that?
Forgetting something. I think, right. So like when you just hear it, it doesn't sound that bad. But when you're on the opposite end of someone who's always forgetting things that are important to you, or conversations, special, moments, then it could be something that's kind of like hurtful.
And I really think even if it's something little, but it's something done over and over again, then it builds up to be big, right? Let's say, I use myself for example. I'm more of the forgetful one. When she's telling me to do something and telling me to, whatever. Let's just say, I'm horrible. I don't use condiments on my food, right? She does. So if I'm going to get like food takeout, and she's saying, hey, get my crushed peppers. Hey, get my hot sauce. Hey, get the ketchup, right? And I come back without any of those things. Then the first couple times, or many times, the beginning, right? 16 years in, it could be like, oh, that was, oh, you forgot. But after a while, you gotta say that you're not listening to me. You gotta say that, or you're listening, right? But it's not important to you.
Which is fine. It's not important to you.
But it's important.
But it's important to me. So even if you don't care about condiments, which you don't, could you care for this moment? Because it's a really big deal to me. And I know to people listening, you're like, condiments, like, really? Is it that serious? Like, there are times I don't even want the food anymore. Like, I don't even want it.
There's been times
and I'm not being petty.
There's times when she has not eaten it.
I'm not being petty. I just really, it don't taste like I want it to taste. Yeah, babe. But you like, I need my condiments. I do.
You may want them, but you don't need them. No, you don't need them.
I really.
Anybody else in this chat, anybody else on this live need condiments? Without condiments, you can't eat stuff.
Okay, there we go. Jess said her too.
I guess.
Well, condiments were created for a reason.
Yeah, but they complement the food.
It's the principle. Okay, there we go. So even if she can't feel me on that,
I get it. Principle. I get that part, Sister Michelle. I get that part, and I even agree with eventually. I'm not the one. It's not important enough for me to remember, right? So now as a withdrawal, now she's feeling like I'm not considering her. I'm not thinking about her. I'm only trying to get there and get back.
So now, right, I would rather go pick up the food myself, even though I might have 1,000 other things going, because I know at least I'm going to have everything I need when I get back to the house.
Yeah.
Or what even drives me crazy is I'll stay on the phone with him. So, all right, I want to be on the phone with you. All right, this is where we get in. All right, now check them. No, look for it in the bag.
No, I start giving the phone to the man. I'm like, hey, this is what she wants.
Look for it in the bag. Like, don't come home without I tell him you can't trust people. Woman, y'all know you cannot trust people. Well, I told him, no, you got to check. You listen, if this was something for the church, you will be checking what you listen. The thing we talk about our church, right? You don't expect, you inspect. You don't expect them to put the condiments in. Come on, somebody. You got to inspect it. You got to make sure they are in the bag. Okay.
I get it. And absolutely. So I'm using one of mine because I want to be transparent with the people.
Yeah.
I want to be transparent with the people, and I want to be open, and I want to be honest that there are times when it comes to myself that not right now. Right now I put it on speakerphone. But yes, absolutely. Myself, I'll be sitting there like, but what would I used to say? It's just ketchup.
And it's never ketchup, right? I have ketchup at home.
Yeah, it's like crushed peppers. It's like
soy sauce,
whatever it may be. It's these different little things, right? And but now I say to her, because I still forget. I'm still forgetful on that level. But what do I say? Want me to go back?
Yeah, but I'm like, babe, no, I don't want you to go back. Like, no, what monster am I? Yeah, you better go back and get my.
No, but I'm willing. I just be forgetting.
One day I'm gonna say, yeah. Let me see how willing you are. One day I'm gonna be like, yes, go back and get soy sauce. And you wanna look at me like I got 8 heads.
I am.
Really, that's what we doing.
I am, but I asked you. You want me to go back? I know how important it is to her because I still forget. So again, those are withdrawals because eventually it acts like you don't. It's not important to you, right?
That's true. That's true.
No, I might. I don't know. I might not. I don't know. It depends how far it is. Like our Chinese is right around the corner, but if I had to go to Tasty Sub Shop and get some crushed peppers, I would go. So sweet. I would definitely go. But Deidre, you're right. I might be like, yo, I got a tattoo on my head.
But when he got back, he would rip me a new one. Like he probably wouldn't talk to me for the rest of the night
because you made me go back for crushed peppers.
He would be like, I'm not even eat that by yourself.
You can eat this tuna fish without crushed peppers. Like, but again,
Tasties, I do get the crushed peppers. Yeah. Y'all know.
See, but that's me though.
So
that's
good.
me because
I need the crushed peppers on my tuna. Like I need it. Like
you don't need it. You want it.
It makes a difference. difference.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you a tuna sandwich without tuna. That's how important the crushed peppers is to me. That's that. Okay, I'm so happy I finally made you understand it the way I felt. That's you felt that thing, right?
Wait, did y'all
That's
hear
how
what
I
she
feel.
said?
That's how I feel.
I'm gonna get you a tuna sandwich.
Yes.
Without the tuna.
That's how I feel when you bring me a tuna sandwich without my crushed peppers from Tasty.
That makes no sense.
That's how I feel though. Now you finally get it. So maybe next time you will remember to check for my crushed peppers.
I'll get that one. I'll get that. Thanks, Dave. That's crazy.
That is how I feel. Like you might as well just leave the whole tuna sandwich there then. That is how I feel. Okay.
Anyway.
I'm being so honest.
Yes, she is. She's being honest. Serious. It's crazy, but it's honest. All right. So again, those are withdrawals, and if we don't do those things right, people begin to withdraw. It goes to unnecessary conversation.
Yeah.
Right. Arguments.
Yeah.
Right. Even your mind start to think. Mm-hmm. Right. Your mind start to drift. Like, do they even listen to me?
Yeah.
Do they even consider anything that I have to say?
Yeah.
Right. Do they respect me? So our minds start to drift. So now we're being withdrawn. We're hurt. We're now upset. Even a little bit angry. To a certain degree. So those are some withdrawals again. So we only said
talk about some in your relationship with your spouse or significant other. Talk about things because they exist in our relationships. Let's not act like we're the only ones who's over here talking about tuna. So talk about those in crushed peppers. Talk about withdrawals you might feel your partner makes in your relationship, or maybe you can say, well, this might be what I noticed that this might be a withdrawal. I can tell the way that you respond, the way that you react when I do this, and begin to work on those things. Exactly. That's what we all here for, just trying to be better.
Exactly. All right. So now we're gonna move to, and you can throw some in there. We're gonna move to deposits.
Yay! Everybody likes a good deposit.
Everybody like, how can I put deposits into my relationship?
Yeah.
What can I do to put some deposit in? We all like deposits. We all like money to go in. Yeah. We don't like money coming out, even though we have to come out sometimes. Mm-hmm. But we all like deposits, and we want to talk about some deposits. And we're going to go again 3 or 4 maybe. Mm-hmm. One is acts of kindness. Mm-hmm. We know that, just acts of kindness. Acts that we do without being asked. Mm-hmm. Wow, acts of kindness. That's a great deposit, right? Mm-hmm. And those acts of kindness don't got to be nothing grand.
Yeah. I'm smiling just thinking about them.
Right, they don't got to be nothing over the moon.
Yeah.
Right, it could just be what? It could just be you see your loved one sleep.
Yeah.
You see them taking a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Just take care of whatever they were going to do in the house.
Yeah.
Right. So now when they get up and they go to do it, it's already done.
Yeah.
Right. It's already done. Act of kindness. Mm-hmm. I took the garbage out for you. Mm-hmm. No.
Baby, would you like me to take the garbage out for you?
I'll take the garbage out. My son take the garbage out. My son is 13 years old. I'll take the garbage out.
So we need to thank him for his acts of.
No, it's his acts of chores.
Exactly.
His acts of chores. But whatever it may be, so it could be something little, taking some pressure off of them.
Bringing flowers. Not anniversary, not birthday. Making a special dish that he might like. Buying him this shirt that he has on, right? Buying him, just like random gifts, and everything is
the book that I got for you. Yeah, just random gifts.
Yeah, he bought me this really, really cool book, The Story of Us, and he personalized it with our pictures, and out of nowhere, it was the sweetest thing ever.
So just like little things, that those acts of kindness. But again, it can be your hands are full. Let me take something from you, right? It can be again, I see that you're having a long day. Let me help you. So just any
words, like positive affirmations.
Affirmations, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Affirmation, absolutely. Another one, because I don't want to jump too much out of the list that I have, but another one that I have is words of affirmation, but telling your partner how much you appreciate them.
That's good.
Telling your partner how much you appreciate them.
Everybody loves to feel appreciated.
Yep. So just every now and again, every now and again, just simply tell your partner, hey, I love you. I love you too. And I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
I thank you for all the things you do. And so just, whatever it may be, you don't got to give a peck. You don't got to do all that. You don't got to look them in the eyes, but make sure that it's genuine. Make sure you're not just taking off the list and say, I did it. Mm-hmm. Right. Make sure that it's real. Like, I really do appreciate you. Mm-hmm. And watch this. I said it. There are some things.
You can't help it, preacher.
There are some things that y'all can go into your vault and thank each other for privately, but you can't really do it publicly because nobody know that the person did that for you, right? That's it. Thank you, Deja, for that honesty. It's because there are some things that we do as married couples, and we say, "Wow, you did that for me." Now we ain't talking about making the bed for you. We ain't talking about vacuuming the floor for you. We talking about taking on another responsibility. We talking about stopping my life so your life can go forward.
And those things are still, don't undervalue those things at all. Those things that you do every single day.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
A person stop doing it. Like when you go away, like, oh, I miss you so much, or like all that you had add to our household that I might not be as mindful of on a day-to-day basis. So those things matter too.
No, I agree. But there are some things in your vault.
Yeah, I get you.
Meaning, like, there are some things that only the two of you may know that you're never going to talk about in person to each other. I mean, with other people. Yeah. But to y'all, it's kind of like, yo, when I did that, you sacrificed so that I can go forward. So I appreciate your sacrifice. I made a decision. Right, it was mainly me. Of course, I brought you in on it, but it was mainly me. Right. So if you went back to school, right? If you took care of somebody else, right? Whatever you choose to do, your spouse is also in that picture with you, and you got to continue to tell them, "I thank you, I appreciate you. You was there for me through this all." You know me. I thank you, and not to get too deep or too traditional, I guess, in some degree, but that's what the marriage vow is about, right? It's about to death do us part. Sickness and better or for worse. That's what it's about. I just can't be with you when it's better, but I gotta be with you when it's worse. Say that. Right? I can't just be with you when everything is healthy, but how about when some things are sick? Because not just my body being sick, but there are some things in my life that's not right, but you stuck by me. So again, words, just begin to say, "I thank you, I appreciate you." And I like what Daydream with his honesty and saying that, I need to work on that. Right. So now I identify a point where I need to start saying, "Hey," and honestly, and sometimes it is the men that need to say that, right? Because we feel like our thank yous and our appreciation is our acts of service, right? So if I protect you, if I make sure that I'm doing the role as I have, we feel like I said thank you that by doing something. No, I need for it to come out your mouth. I need for me to hear you say thank you. I know you go to work every day, and I appreciate it. I know you're the priest, the prophet,
the king,
and the king, right? I think, but she's more of the prophet in my house. I'm the priest and I'm the king. She's more of the prophet. But at the same token, at the same time, I need to start saying it, right? So again, men, women, open up our mouths and to tell the other ones how appreciative we are of them.
You're pretty good at it, though.
Yeah, I think I am. Well, thank you. So. Begin to open our mouths and begin to say thank you. All right. So that's words of affirmation. That's words of affirmation. Another one is interesting that I came across, but I think I agree with it. Take care of yourself.
I like it.
I was battling with it at first, but I know we live in that world, right? We live in that world and we like, look, what you expect me to do? I got to do this. I got to do this. And you still expect me to be looking nice for you, right? I got work. I got kids. I got school. I got a balance. I'm superwoman. I'm Superman. And you expect me, but I do still think.
We ain't super. We don't try to be super nothing.
No.
I've been telling every lady I can, I talk to, take the cape off. You can kill yourself trying to be super anything. But anyway, that's discussion for another time.
Yeah, you'll kill yourself trying to be super anything. No Superman, no Superwoman here. Amen. We human beings.
Long time ago.
We human beings, right? So we show our weakness. We have more weaknesses than kryptonite.
Yeah.
Right. We have more weaknesses than those things. But anyway, take care. I think we owe it to our spouses, and I think we show our spouses that we love them enough to say, "Hey, here I am. this is, this is what I want to present you. Right? I'm doing it for myself, but I want to present you, right, with eating right. I want to present you with some little light exercises. I want to present you with me getting good rest.
Yeah, rest.
Reading.
The way that I dress, right? Putting some effort into my appearance, right? It's not Bible study, but we can give several scriptural references. The Bible talks to us women about presenting ourselves as a gift. The Bible, talks about, Pastor Marlon, you talked about this a few days ago.
You were with Esther and Ruth.
Esther and Ruth, and her
She was
telling to clean yourself up before you go down to that threshing floor.
You're trying to go find a man, clean yourself up.
You a man. You better get yourself
together.
Spray
some perfume on yourself.
Comb your hair.
Right? Comb your hair. So I think we owe that, right? And I think that it's wrong for us to say, look, you know how I look. You know who I am. I think it's wrong for that. But, every now and again, make sure I'm presenting myself. And I think that's a deposit. That's a deposit, right?
Yes. But don't you think that's a lot of pressure that's just really put on women to look nice for their man?
I think
we hear that more so from a woman. Don't let yourself go after you have kids.
But why?
I don't know why you think that. Because we live in a sexist society.
No,
I mean,
I don't think that. I don't think that's because it's a sexist society.
Why you think it is? You think it's because we are the ones to let ourselves go? Sometimes maybe, right? Because don't make that face, because we get caught up in so many other things.
Well, we're not getting to the why. We're not getting to the why.
And taking care of our households. And then first of all, just even if for anyone who's had a child, just the come back from that is, no joke.
Of course it's tough. So it's gonna be hard for that to happen. So, but don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, ladies. There's some men over time to be letting themselves go, right? We've got that be letting themselves go. But I think that we all need to be mindful of. We all need to be mindful of, right? Agree with the, yes.
It's definitely
listen. It's not a dad. It's not a dad bod. It's a father figure.
No.
Yeah. Right.
No. No.
It's not a dad bod no more. It's a father figure. This is the father figure.
Yes, you're right, Michelle.
It is a double standard.
It is double standard. It also makes you feel better too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. But absolutely, we don't live in a double standards. But there are some men who just be like, all right. But I think we all need to, one, do it for ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. Do it for ourselves. But two, making sure that making sure that we are saying, hey, this is what it is. Right?
Yes. No, I think it's important too. It's important that we take care of ourselves. It's good for ourselves, but it's also a gift for our significant other. And that's not going all over the top. It's not saying that you need to look like this way or that way, or your body needs to be like this or that, or you need to dress like this or that. We're just saying that you need to put effort into your appearance, right?
Absolutely.
That's something that's important to your significant other. We've done some counseling sessions where the couples were like, I don't care. I really don't care.
I don't believe that though.
Well, that was what they shared as their truth. If that is your truth, you should care though, right? Yeah, but at least just to take care of yourself, right? You should definitely care.
Yeah.
But I know it's something that we are both really mindful of. And ladies, y'all might feel me. There are times when there's no way in the world I feel like getting dressed. I don't. Oh my goodness, I don't. And sometimes I really don't. But there are many times that I push simply for this Negro right here, for this brother right here. I push for him.
Well,
right here.
And there's times when she doesn't have to.
No, it's not like you put the pressure on me, but I want to look nice.
I know that she always looked nice. I know that, so that's not an issue for me. That's not an issue for me.
That's a good one. That was a good comeback. I like that. I like that.
But there may be more people.
Hey, Justin said, your father figure.
I told you, there are more dad bods out there, man. It's father figures. I saw that on the T-shirt somewhere. I said that's cool. That's cool. But no, those dad bods.
You are so funny.
But at the same time, the same token, if that's an issue for y'all, right? But again, I think if anyone's honest, right, without hurting somebody's feelings, and someone's not presenting themselves in a certain way, and if they're honest, they will say, "Hey, look, I would like you to."
Thank you. You're kind.
I
appreciate it.
I would like to I would like to see you every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
Do something with your hair.
Mm-hmm.
I would like
Could
you see.
imagine, ladies? Could you imagine?
But we,
oh
but
my gosh! Sorry, no.
listen. What
But you should be able to have that conversation with your significant other.
You should. Yes. I totally agree.
But it's a hard conversation to have.
But no, it's not. Who can I attest 6 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, why I started going to the gym hard? Why? Who? It was her. She didn't say nothing negative. She didn't say nothing crazy. She said something, a little comment, right? And from that, I said, hey, my wife wants to see something. Yeah, I was decent. I wasn't out of shape.
Are you admitting to the public that I started going to the gym before you started going to the gym?
Yes, she was a little bit. I was off and on in the gym. I was kind of like off and on. And then
you own it now.
But yes, it's like a whole nother level now. But in the beginning, yeah, she said something to me. And there was times not gym related, but there was some time with clothes related. There was some times with hair related that I would say something to her. If you can't say these things to your spouse, who can tell you? If your spouse can't tell you, who else can tell you? Sure. Hey, look, every now and again, you mind combing your hair? Every now and again, you mind when we go out, you don't throw on some sweatpants, you throw on more than sweatpants? Like your spouse should be able to tell you that, and we should want to do that for our spouse.
Yeah.
We should want to do that for our spouse.
We got to get one more. I don't want to end on this.
Yeah.
It's like a low point to me. I'm stressed out already.
All right, we're going to end with, well, also another thing is, we're going to end with 2, right? We said a little bit earlier, manage your technology. Manage your technology. Make sure that, that this is not always in your face.
We were doing so good at one point. Like when we first would come in the house for the first 2 hours, we had to like put our phones down.
We individuals. I'm doing good.
I'm saying we as a collective unit, as Loc'd together, because we are one person right now. We were doing great. Right now, we are not doing great.
No, we're not. But even going back to that point, I agree. It's going to be hard for anybody. It's going to be hard for anybody. But at the same token and at the same time, if you guys are serious and you're my best friend, air quotes, right? I need to tell you, hey, look, your gut's sticking out.
Wait, so what do you mean about the women who are too strong emotionally? Like they're not vulnerable? Like what does too strong emotionally look like? They're not open to anyone's input or criticism or advice. Is that what you mean when you say too strong emotionally?
All right, so come back to us, Brother Ibn. Come back to us. But yeah, so manage that technology and just that's good. Shanita just mentioned to me this morning that she's forward with me because she's comfortable with me as a spouse. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good.
Right. That's true. I gotta be forward with you. I'm comfortable with you. Now, again, not for Shanita or for Justin, but for anybody, when we're forward, we got to make sure that we give it to them in the right way. Right, because you can't be mean and I know nobody on here is, but be forward, but at the same time, but at the same time, be respectful. Yeah. Right, be respectful. I'm reminded of the Cosby Show and during the Cosby Show when Vanessa brought home Dabness. When Vanessa brought home Dabness, she brought home Dabness, and Bill Cosby said, "Look, Dabness is a good dude. He's a steak dinner." He's potatoes next to the steak with some mashed potatoes next to that. But what did he say? He said, you put the steak dinner mashed potatoes on a garbage can lid. So the thing that was on top of the garbage can lid, right? The thing that was on top of the garbage can lid tasted good, but you gave me a steak dinner on a garbage can lid. I can't eat that.
You gotta finesse that truth.
I cannot eat steak dinner from a garbage can lid. Sorry.
I do it when I'm telling him my hard truth. I like to touch him because y'all know men like to be touched. So I like to touch him. I know I be distracting him with my touch, but I still believe that he's hearing what I'm saying.
I am. You want to touch, brother?
Yeah. So for the woman, he's saying when they're too strong, when they're not vulnerable. Right. I think that is something that strong women deal with, being vulnerable. And, that's something that I myself, have struggled with in the past. And I've had to be very intentional about being vulnerable because sometimes it could seem like the opposite of strength. showing, that you might need something, that you might not have it all together. So, if you're in a relationship with, a woman who's like that, or if you're listening, you're a woman like that, it's important for you to work on being more vulnerable, which seems so dangerous, right? Like, even as I'm hearing you say it, like, it could seem so dangerous to a woman who is very tough and who is very like hardcore like that. Being vulnerable means that someone might be able to hurt you, or someone might be able to like disappoint you, but that's the risk you got to take. Listen, that's the risk you got to take when you commit to like love and when you commit to a relationship. So
that's it. Sometimes
that's something that we can encourage. We
don't never digress who we are. We remain the person God created us to be. But remember, now that we're married in a committed relationship, that sometimes I have to kind of like, now I don't want to say pull back, but sometimes I gotta be vulnerable.
Yeah,
I gotta be vulnerable. I gotta be softer.
I gotta show where I might be tender at, or where it might hurt a little bit, or where it might disappoint a little bit. But even like, I'm with those strong women. I'm definitely with them, but I've worked to not just to be more vulnerable, but to appreciate and to understand the importance of being vulnerable in a relationship.
But there's room for being a strong woman, and there's room for being a strong woman
and being
knowing the value of a healthy marriage.
And vulnerability.
And vulnerability. So knowing like that's going on. So you can do it.
But for some of us, it's not as natural. We have to be more intentional based off of past experiences. And I was one of those people. And I have been burnt by men. That's not my story, but being burnt by people who I love and who I would expect to love me dearly, it's made me less vulnerable to humanity. Okay. It most certainly has, but it's been something that I have to been intentional with. And I learned firsthand, through what has been the closest relationship that I've had. I've learned the importance of vulnerability through this man right here.
Yeah, because there's also a balance if you're an alpha male, right? Being an alpha,
I know, Shanita, I already know.
If you're an alpha male, which I am, if you're an alpha male, and hey, I'm a take charge type of guy, right? I'm gonna take charge. Hey, let's get it. Go over here, do this. Go here. I think that's part of the reason why God, one of my attributes of being a pastor, right? I'm gonna take charge. I'm not a dictator, but but I have a take charge type of type thing. Had it since I was a kid, right? People in the class didn't know what to do. I'll rally them together. Hey, what we going to do? I probably have the answer, but I can rally people together to kind of like say, come on, let's do this, right? At the basketball court, whatever it may be. But I also got to balance that with having respect for my wife, where it's not like I become a dictator. So even though I'm an alpha male can't turn into a dictator. An alpha male can't turn into a do it my way or the highway. So you got to know that there's a balance between being an alpha male, right, and being a dictator. So I'm an alpha male. I'm strong about what I feel. I'm a leader.
Strong.
I'm a leader by nature. That's just the way I am. I just lead by nature. It just comes out that way. But hey, you got goals too. You got passions too. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Versus like, we going every place I go. I got it all mapped out. Don't ask no questions. Let's just show up.
Sometimes he does that.
Sometimes I do it.
And that's when they're strong. I be like, hold on now. Wait a minute now. I had my own thoughts and opinions and choices.
And I'm like, nope, that's not on my itinerary. I've already got it outlined. Let's go.
It can come out when we are riding a bike. If we're riding a bike and he's like, left, right, left, right, left. There are times I'm like, okay.
But sometimes when I tell her to lead the way, I just want to follow you in this bike ride. She be saying, I don't know where to go.
I always know where to go. There are times where I don't feel like leading. And I know you have no problem leading. So I'm like, I just want to rest easy. You lead. But then sometimes when you be like, I'm going to lead, and you're going to be leading me for 3 hours. And I'd be like, all right, I will need a break now. I've led to death.
Absolutely. Last one before we go, y'all. 56 minutes in. We got 4 more minutes left. We went definitely over time.
That's a great point, though, Evan. I love it.
Absolutely great point.
Shanita, thanks for your vulnerability, too. For your honesty.
Yep. Last one. To show have a deposit, right? Accept your partner's influence. Accept your partner's advice. Accept your partner's idea, right? So say, hey, look, I know I wasn't thinking about that, but let's try it. Let's try it. That ain't my cup of tea. That ain't something that I would choose to do, but you know what? Let's try it. It sounds interesting, right? It sounds interesting. Whether if it's food, whether if it's a location, whether if it's something new to do in the house, like rearranging something, right? Whether if now again we're gonna play with it. If it don't look good, it don't look good. But even if it's not down their alley, let's just try it, right? And that will give it the power. Say, wow, you really listened to what I said.
Yeah,
you really took time to say, good idea. Good idea. Yeah, daydream, horseback riding, bro. Horseback riding. Get that shot. Get that thing. One shot. Just one shot. Right. So like for instance, with us, it was many things, but horseback riding was one of them. Right. Horseback riding was one of them. Didn't think to do it. We were supposed to go ride.
You need to get Justin on a horse. I know we've done it together.
We were supposed to go ride ATVs. That was my idea. The ATV thing got all messed up, so we was like,
$300 worth of messed up.
But it's still there, so we can go whenever we want to. But it got kind of like messed up to but at the same token, I said, okay, well, what do you want to do?
It must be a man thing. Man are like, yo, I ain't getting back on a horse just as I did it. Never did.
I'm just trying to tell you, I just didn't think I was gonna make it off the horse.
Would you do it again?
I would do it again, but not no time soon.
Okay.
No time soon. But listen to your partner's advice.
Yeah.
Even if it's not something you would have chosen.
Because if you constantly are shooting down everything that they suggest, then it makes you feel like it can make them feel like they don't value obviously what you have to say. They don't find value in your input or your insight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you're shooting down everything all the time, but at the same token, at the same time, you want to be fair.
Oh, right? Yeah. Did you guys ride in Jamaica? Okay, go ahead now.
But I also think that if you don't do that, if you don't do that, you are also stuck to just your mind.
Yeah, that's true too.
I think we talked about that last time, right?
Yeah.
I think or one of the time before is that different ideas is going to bring in new experiences.
Spice it up a little bit.
Right? Say, hey, I never thought about that. Right? The horseback riding for me, I thought about it, but never considered it. Never considered it. But when it comes to everything else, zip lining, ATVs, I want to jump from an airplane. I was about to jump from an airplane, but the weather came.
I'm never jumping from an airplane.
Oh, she jumping.
I mean, that's one thing. Like zip lining, absolutely loved it. I was more free than you. I was like, yeah, but I'm not jumping from the airplane.
Oh, we jumping from the airplane.
Yeah.
We jumping from the airplane. I'm doing that. My birthday comes up in October.
I don't know about that.
I'm jumping from an airplane. I was supposed to go a few months ago, but the weather got bad. On my birthday, my 41st birthday, I'm jumping from an airplane.
I will most certainly pay for it and arrange it and be down on the ground in support of it.
Listen, didn't we just say go with our path?
Babe, I'm not jumping from an airplane. That's not happening. Like it's not happening.
But anyway, don't always knock down your spouse's ideas. They got a place they want to eat. They got a movie they want to watch, a type of show that they want to watch, right? Don't always knock it down. Say, hey, just try something one time. And then when you try it, it's like a deposit. You put something in it because you said, hey, I don't really do the zombies, right? But I'm going to watch the zombie show with you.
That's me too.
That's
I don't
her. She don't really like zombies.
Super scary movies. Why, babe? Why do we gotta do this?
And I don't like the Lifetime type movies.
And I scream at everything, dig my nails into him. Like,
yep. And I don't like reality shows. I don't like fashion shows and you making clothes and selling houses and I don't like that. But
it's light and airy and not scary or depressing.
Maybe so, but either way, make sure that's funny, Justin. Be blocking my ideas like Mutombo.
I don't know who Mutombo is, but I guess he's a blocker in basketball.
A blocker.
That's what I said, right?
Fellas, what's a blocker in basketball?
He blocks the balls.
He blocks the ball.
He's not okay. Blocker's not.
I don't even know what a blocker is.
They should create a blocker position.
Listen,
you heard it here first on MKW. A new position is coming to the NBA.
A power blocker.
Blocker.
Nah. Boo. But anyway, he's a center and he does block shots. But I wouldn't call him a blocker.
Okay, whatever.
He does block shots. But anyway, so let's open up to ideas. Let's open up to their ideas and make sure that they're we're trying to say, hey, look, I will consider it. I will consider it. So, but anyway, that's all we got. We're a little bit over our hour. We thank y'all so much that y'all enjoy this. You know, just
continue the conversation with
each other. Withdrawals and deposits. You know, withdrawals and deposits. Make sure that you're talking to each other. Hey, any withdrawals? Because again, if you keep on withdrawing, I'm going to withdraw. I'm gonna pull back. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna be silent. I ain't gonna ask no questions. I'm gonna be to myself. I'm gonna give you just the bare necessity.
That's gonna negatively impact your relationship.
And that's gonna negatively come. It's gonna give you the bare minimum.
But keep on making those deposits. Your relationship will be nice and fat. Y'all can go to the bank and get whatever you want. What you want. Yep. And that whatever you want, like what do you need from your significant other? You need them to be more present with you. You need to be more loving. You need them to support you. You know, we believe that when we make these deposits, that when we need to go and make withdrawals, there'll be something there. And then we'll be living a life of abundance. Who doesn't want to live a life of abundance?
Exactly. And then, like you said, when you go to that bank, when you go to that bank and try to get a withdrawal, it's all there.
Yeah.
Because you made the deposit. So when you be like, yo, meet me upstairs. No, I'm joking. This is MKW Ministry. This is MKW Ministry. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna be back here next week, 6 o'clock. We apologize for 6:30 today, but just got caught up again with the family a little bit. But 6:30 will not be 6 o'clock next week. Yeah. We appreciate you. We thank you so much for I did see that. I'll definitely respond to that email today or tomorrow. I would say more likely tomorrow, but I did see it, and I was thinking about it, and I meant to hit you up already, but I definitely got you. All right, so this is Marlon.
Keena.
All right, this is MKW.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, MKW Locked Together. Everybody be blessed. Have a great night.